a home cook, mealtime mentor, or cooking coach trying to come up with the next video that will get you views or subscribers? Then this video is for you. Stick around and learn how to pick your next view-generating video. I'm ELISE Michelle Nelson. I'm a YouTube business strategist and lead generator, which means that I help you use video to create visibility and generate leads for your business. Today I'm going to show you how to find cooking coach video content ideas that gets views in this Gamify Your Business video. So here's the game plan for today. We're going to use this four-sided dice to decide where to get our next video idea for your home cooking YouTube channel. And each side is going to represent a different strategy. Let's clear the board so that we can play. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so that you never miss a tip to make your marketing tasks more fun and effective in reaching your people, teaching them, and closing the sale. So let's see all of our options today. First, you can steal from others. Next, you can remake one of your own videos. Third, you can answer a frequently asked question that we'll find on Google. And finally, you can talk about a product or service that you offer. So these are the four things that we're going to be deciding today, and we're going to use this dice to help us choose one. For more ideas and examples of how to gamify your business, check out the playlist, How to Make Business Marketing Fun. In this series, you'll not only get full explanations of each of the games you can play and several examples of each in use, I'll introduce you to the strategies that can take your marketing to the next level. So whether gameplay is right for your business or not, I've got you covered. Let's go ahead and roll the dice and see what we get. We got a 3. That means that we are going to go find a frequently asked question that a home cooking YouTube channel might answer and make a video about. Today's channel that we're going to be making a video for is Trisha's Bites of Life. It is by Trisha Clark. She's one of my YouTube cohort students. If you would like help with your YouTube channel, you can join us at myscheduledbiz.com/cohort. In the YouTube cohort, you can get personalized help where I will walk you through step-by-step how to use YouTube as your #1 source of leads and sales for your small business. To sign up, you can go to myscheduledbiz.com/cohort. And if you're looking for someone to help you with your meal planning, I highly recommend you go and check out Trisha's channel at youtube.com/@tired-to-inspired-cooking. Let's go ahead and jump right in to Google. So what you're going to do is you're going to come into Google and you are going to put a keyword or something about your niche and see what questions are generated. So we're going to go ahead and put meal planning as our word. And then you're going to scroll down until you find the people also ask section. And normally this will generate 4 or 5 questions. What we're going to do, because we want to have a lot of questions to look at, is we're going to open each of these and then immediately close them. You don't need to read anything inside. You're just going to open and close them because it'll generate more questions. And that looks just like this. Every single time you open and close one of these, it is going to bring you a bunch more questions. So you can see we started with 4. But now we have a lot more than 4. What you're going to do is you are going to make buckets for these questions. You're going to group them together based upon the idea of what is being asked, and then you're going to choose one of the questions to actually answer. Now this is going to give you a lot of content ideas, which is great, but you want to make sure that you have a way of keeping track of those ideas so that you can not only create one great video, but a series of great videos. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got. So we've got, what are the 5 rules of meal planning? What are the 5 principles of meal planning? So all of this makes it sound like people want 5 steps. I'm going to get my sticky note here. So 5 steps is going to be one bucket. Okay, so this one is asking for meal plan for a week. Here's another 5-5-5. I don't know what this is. 80-20 meal plans. Okay, so this looks like they are talking about maybe how much of each type of food. So maybe like food breakdown. Okay, so this would be time-specific planning, so maybe like they want a week or a month of meal plans. This is another thing about the diet guidelines. So it looks like there's maybe different types of eating plans. So I know I said the 5 steps and the food breakdown, but maybe meal plan types. So I'm not really big into meal planning, so I'm not really sure. Basically how to lose weight. So healthiest, lose weight. Okay, best for health, weight loss, beginners. So normally beginner videos do pretty well, so let's go ahead and put beginners here. So here's another style, keys to success, pre-plan for a week, this is time-based, good methods, weight. Okay, so they're asking questions about how many meals, number of meals. Okay, so then they're asking about like superfoods. What foods should I eat? Okay. So here you can see I have gone through these questions and I've come up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different kind of buckets that you could have a question in. So then what I would do is I would look back through these and see if there's one specific question that you like the best. And they've got a bunch about famous people. So celebrities, I think, is actually a really good one. So you could even do a whole series on the different celebrities and what meal plan they use. And this could be really interesting, and it could be content that could last forever. You could literally get your channel known by doing this. And depending upon your audience, this might work or it might not. Now, I know for Trisha, she is trying to help women specifically. Now, whether she has a firm belief about whether they are paying attention to famous people or not, I don't know. But if she did, this could actually be an excellent series. Do a whole series about how all these different famous people and talk about that. And that could be a really good way to bring in new people who are curious about celebrities if that fits with her ideal audience. And like I said, I'm not 100% certain about that. So that would be a really good one because I could see that generating a lot of traffic, which would be why I would do it. Sometimes when you're looking at videos, you have to think a little bit about what's trending and what might be appealing to a larger audience, because you know that when you get a lot of people to come in, some percentage of them will be your ideal client. Normally we use shorts for this strategy, trying to get access to a larger audience, because shorts are shown to more people than videos are across the board, like 99% of the time. And so shorts are a really good way to bring in a large audience. But another really great way to bring a large audience is by using something that's trending or getting in with famous things. If we're coming up to a special holiday, sometimes using holidays in your videos will help people pay better attention to you. If you use a specific location, people from that location are more likely to be interested. And celebrities are another great way to make a video that can also draw in a larger audience. Now, these videos are meant more for the broad audience, not your specific target, because you want to get more eyes, and then they can be used to direct people to your other videos that are more for your ideal audience. So this would be a really great thing for Trisha to do if it aligns with what it is that she wants in her business. Some of these other ones are great ideas as well. Trisha, for you, when you're ready to make your next series of videos, you may want to consider one of these options we've come up with. Is there a specific series of steps you should take when you're meal planning? Talk about that, because that was one that I saw multiple times come up in this list. Which foods do you want to use? Is there a specific time period you want to cover? So you did one that was a specific time period, and that was 30-minute chickpea tag. So this one is one of your higher views. It's only got 10 views, so your views are not that high. So this may not be a good way for you to decide, but even on a smaller channel, looking at your highest views can be a really good way to see what's worked best for you. I would recommend for you, if our goal is to get more views and subscribers, that you spend some time here just in Google search looking for questions, and you put out some videos answering these questions. When you're coming up with a meal, I would keyword research the ingredients and or the meal name and see if those are good words before you make your next meal. You already have your podcast, but are you answering your ideal customers' questions? Because if you want to be found via search, which is the thing that gets you views, subscribers, and sales for the life of your business, being found in search is the most important, and what people search is the questions they have. So I would highly recommend you spend some time thinking about that, considering some of these topics that we pulled out. If we were going into our next step here, I would go ahead and pick one of these main topics. So let's say that we wanted to do time specific. I just have a hunch that this would be a good one to do. So let's see, when I look at my search, 7-day meal plan. So let's try putting in 7-day meal plan or week. Let's try 7-day meal planning. And look at the people also ask and see how these questions are laid out. And again, we're going to open some of these. We're going to see what we get. Now there's two ways you can proceed from this point. You can either just use the question exactly as it's stated in Google in the people also ask section, or you can then go do keyword research on YouTube to find the right way to phrase it for YouTube. And I do not have definitive evidence one way or the other that one of these is a better choice. The advantage of using it exactly as it's shown in Google search is that it may, and I will emphasize may, mean that you will show up as a resource to answer this question in Google. The advantage of doing it in YouTube means that you may, again, may be found via YouTube search for the specific keywords that are easiest to be found for. So there is not a strong argument either way. If you could find one of these questions that works exactly as it is in YouTube, that would be your best bet. So how do I make a 7-day meal plan? How do you meal prep for 7 days? What is a 7-day challenge diet? A good daily meal plan, 1 week diet plan. So what I would do is I would probably open one of these, copy the question, and bring it over to YouTube, put the question in exactly as it shows without the question mark, and see what the score is. So vidIQ here is giving us a 38. TubeBuddy hasn't shown up yet. We'll give it a minute. And if you are not currently using vidIQ and TubeBuddy, you'll want to make sure you grab those extensions. You can use the free versions, and they will help you immediately tell whether or not the things that you're thinking about using for your videos are good keywords/titles. So we'll get a score from both TubeBuddy and vidIQ. I'm going to pull out a different sticky note. Okay, so TubeBuddy liked it, 100, and IQ gave us a 38, so 38, 100 was the first question. So we tried that one, we got a 38 and 100, so let's see what this one does. So this one got a 36. I usually put vidIQ numbers first. I don't know, that's just what I've gotten the habit of doing. For certain businesses, vidIQ will give you higher scores, and for certain businesses, TubeBuddy will give you higher scores. So let's try this one. This is another version of the same question. Now, like I said, if you're lucky, one of these will be awesome and it'll score really well, and you won't have to try and come up with an alternative option. So this one got a 41 and a 90. This is another version of the same question. So that one jumped a 50. So our goal, for those of you who are wondering, is to get a green score. So that's going to be a 60 or above. See how this one is yellow? We want it to be green. Okay, so we got a 50 and a 100. This is another version of the same question. Okay, now we dropped to a 35 again. 81, there's a 44, 89. So far this 50 is our highest number here. Rest of these don't really quite look like what we want. Oh, here's one more option. Let's try this one. We want to get a 60. So at this point, you've checked which one is the highest ranking, which is this 51. Here's the one that ranked at a 50 and a 100. We can take this and just use it. If you want to be done fast and easy, this is an option. We know this question was specifically asked on Google, so we're going to take the risk that maybe we don't have the perfect keyword research and that it'll be okay. Or you can change it out. So like things that are really easy to change. So this is how do I might change this to how do you. And it actually lowered the score, so that's not better. So we would put it back to I. How do I make a food menu? How do I make... Okay, so I might change it to how to make a food menu for a week and see what happens. And again, these are just tiny, small tweaks. Again, that's not better. And we can change A to the and see if that makes a difference. That's not better. We could also try for 1 week and see what happens. Okay, so that's the same. Let's try typing in the word 1 instead of putting the number 1. That's worse. Considering that the one that is 1 week and the one that is a week, which was the original question, are the same score, I would go with the one that is the same as the question on Google. How do I make a food menu for a week is the question that we found on Google, so that's the one that I would use. So in this case, again, you could spend a little bit more time tweaking a few things and see if you could get it to be higher than 50. And if you can, awesome, but if you can't, go for it. Now, the only reason I'm giving you permission to use a lower ranking keyword here is because this is a question direct from Google. So don't think that this means that you can go for a 50 from now on. We want to hit a 60 on all of our keyword research. But because this is a question direct from Google and Google and YouTube are the same company, this could still work out for you. So let's say we were going to go ahead and do this question, and that would be your next video idea. We can do the same thing with all of the other buckets that we created. And for that matter, you can make a whole series around this question. So do a video. How do I make a food menu for a week? Talk about how to figure this out. Maybe things like find your favorite foods. Make sure you put those on the menu. Maybe show them how to use a piece of paper to actually write the menu, whatever the case may be. And then you could also do videos where each day you break down those specific meals. So this could become a very full complete series on how to make a food menu for a week, where you have multiple videos in the series, and then you can create this playlist, make sure you have an offer that goes with it, and start selling that offer on this series. That will certainly generate views and subscribers. Now, if you'd like to be able to play games to help you with your marketing for your business, you're going to want to grab the Make Marketing Fun Game Pack plus Notepad. This is my custom notepad. You're only going to get it from me. If you would love to play along with me as I reveal more games and learn how to use marketing for your business, go ahead and go to myscheduledbiz.com/gamify to grab the Make Marketing Fun Game Pack plus Notepad. And one more bonus here, you can actually use this for more than marketing. So if you're trying to figure out household chores or what to make for dinner, you could use this same notepad for all of those things as well. The same game pack will help you make any kind of decisions, but because I speak to business owners, we are talking about this specifically for your business. I am so glad that we can deliver dreams together every single day, and I hope to see you next time.